Welcome to the Idaho Reload, brothers and sisters. My name is Josh. From the title, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. So we have the GOA and some other groups that have filed suit that we anticipated to happen. And I actually did a live on this the other day. Unfortunately, it hasn't gotten that much traction. Nobody's seen it. And it may have something to do with me being muted for the first minute and 30 seconds. So that might have something to do with it. So if you guys want to catch that, just fast forward for a minute and 30 seconds on that live where I talk about this. But I have a take that nobody's talking about on this that I want. Reason why it's prompted me to do this video covering this again, because I really want that conversation to be had, because on that live, my wheels are just turning. I was spitballing some ideas. And anyways, I'm not gonna make this video that again. Watch that live, because I'd really want to get some input on that. I really want that input because my wheels keep going on that. I'll kind of give you guys a teaser on this, my angle on it. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this bill here that they got filed, and let's go through that, and then I'll go through my take. So we have here in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Texas. So I believe that is the 5th district, I believe. So you have Silencer Shop Foundation, Gun Owners of America, Firearms Regulatory Accountability Coalition, anyways, B&T USA, Palmetto State Armory, Silencer Co., Weapons Research, Silencer Co., Gun Owners Foundation, and Brady Wheats, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, versus Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive, United States Department of Justice, Pam Bondi in her official capacity as Attorney General of the United States. We're going to talk more about her after I'm done with all this. And Daniel Driscoll in his official capacity as Acting Director of the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms and Explosives. So, and then we jump into the complaint. Here it kind of goes over the parties that are involved again. So I'm just going to jump here to the meat of this and get into the introduction. Enacted in 1934, the National Firearms Act is premised on Congress's taxing power. The act imposed a $200 tax, approximately $5,000 in today's dollars, on the manufacture and transfer of particular classes of firearms. The NFA's authors left no doubt that the NFA was an exercise of the taxing power, and the Supreme Court upheld it on that basis. This has been the controversial understanding of courts and commentators for nearly a century. The NFA no longer imposes any tax on the vast majority of firearms it purports to regulate. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which Congress and the President enacted on July 4th, 2025, zeroes the manufacture and transfer tax of nearly all NFA-regulated firearms. That means the constitutional foundation of which the NFA rested has dissolved. See United States versus Constantine, 296 U.S., 287, 295, 1935. Provision that does not generate revenue cannot be justified as a tax, and the NFA cannot be upheld under any other Article I power with respect to the untaxed firearms. The act is now unconstitutional. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act left undisputed the NFA's registration requirement and restriction on manufacture and transfer, which for most NFA firearms now lacked any accompanying exercise of Congress's taxing power. Plaintiffs are individual and organizations who are burdened by the NFA's regulatory requirement pertaining to untaxed firearms. Plaintiffs seek an order declaring that the NFA is unconstitutional with respect to the untaxed firearms it purports to regulate and enjoining enforcement of the unconstitutional provision. And then it goes... Anyways, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, you guys. The GOA has this posted on X. So if you want to go through the whole real meat of the whole bill on there, go pull it up on there, because the GOA has it pulled up there, and you can go through it, go through the whole thing. So this has got each one's standing for for their premise of standing on the suit. Anyways, so I want to jump into Pam Bondi. So my take on this, you guys, is obviously I'm not an attorney and I'm not. Anyways, I'm just a regular guy thinking things out and spitballing stuff. And my approach on this is if we just got, because a lot of people are talking about Supreme Court and everything else, and I'm in the camp is I don't think that we necessarily need the Supreme Court. I mean, if we have a friendly DOJ, I'm thinking, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Pam Bondi, and I'm not going to get into that right now. She just rubs me the wrong way. She hasn't always been pro 2A, some stances on there, but because of President Trump's executive order, it's kind of forced her to take that pro 2A stance and stuff. So my thought is if we can get Pam Bondi and the DOJ, Department of Justice, that she leads, that they won't dispute any suit, that you agree, yes, it's unconstitutional, that it's just in the bag. And if we do that across all the districts that matter and get a stay and get a verdict on all this, we don't necessarily need the Supreme Court. We don't have to wait years for the Supreme Court. We don't have to do any of that. And it gets removed. So that's my thought. And I get a little bit deeper into this, you guys. So if you want to really get a little bit deeper on my take on this, on spitballing and some ideas and stuff, go to that live. And that live is the one that I have. Anyways, it's the live that I have that the suppressor is in the thumbnail. So go and watch that and give me your guys' take. But make sure you skip forward about a minute and a half, because it's just I look like I'm talking, but it's muted. So that's a little bit of new to lives. So that anyways, so amateur hour on that. But anyways, so that's my thought. I wanted to give attention to that also, because I think I have a take that nobody's talking about that needs to be talked about, I believe. And then anyways, with that, you guys, thanks for watching. God bless you guys. And until the next video, I'll see you next time.